What's up, gang? It's been a minute. Coming at you here with a bike check on my new Mondraker F-Podium RR SL.
We are loaded up and about to head to the trails where I'll film this puppy.
Now, unless you're a dedicated World Cup mountain bike race watcher, your first question is probably, what's Mondraker? They are based in Alicante, Spain. They're founded in 2001. They're active in over 30 countries, and they just entered the US market with an official Mondraker USA charter in March of 2024. There is a Mondraker factory off-road team that's tackling World Cups and other UCI stuff, and you may have seen previous riders like Andre Sink and Rebecca Henderson on the F-Podium at the Olympics in this past year.
Made it over to Hurricane. Let's check this thing out. Well, apparently I have a dog now. Well, we gave her some water. She's gonna go check out the F-Podium, I guess. Wait, no, she's gonna eat my jerky. Hey, don't eat my venison jerky.
Just kidding, it's a boy.
So here we have a 2025 Mondraker F-Podium RR SL. In the front we have Sid Ultimate Flight Attendant 120 travel with Sid Ultimate Lux or whatever, and 100 travel in the rear. And this system is equipped with Flight Attendant, which is pretty cool.
I rode Live Valve 2 years ago, and comparing that to this Flight Attendant, I definitely prefer this. I think it's a little less complicated, thinks for itself more, and seems to be a little more efficient, and you can override for a true lockout for sprinting.
Moving along to drivetrain, we have an XXSL transmission drivetrain, 1052 cassette, 36 tooth ring with a cork, because you need the cork or pedal sensor to pair with Live Valve, which helps determine what you want to do. I have a 125 axis reverb post on here.
As you can see, it's pretty slammed, so I will probably be replacing that with a 100 mil as soon as I can when they release that new version of it, which I'm assuming is lighter. I have zero affiliation with RockShox or SRAM, but this is the stuff that my bike comes equipped with, and I am not complaining.
Moving along to the cockpit, I have a very old Mondraker stem that I'll replace with an Envy stem, but I needed a different length, and that's what I had on hand. Envy M5 bars, it cut down to 720 millimeter length because I am not a large person. Upgraded axis pod on the right here for the shifting. Standard axis pod that I'll be upgrading soon. The upper button does a lockout for my suspension. Lower button actuates my dropper post. For brakes, I have the Level Ultimate 4-piston, which are super light and super powerful. ESI Fit, I believe, SC tapered grips that I've been using for years and will never ride a bike without. Ignore that piece of tape. I just put it there to protect it from being rubbed by my cable until I put a piece of clear helicopter tape on there, so don't judge me. Couple other pieces about this frame. We have Mondraker's patented zero suspension system, as well as this frame is made out of their lightest Stealth Air carbon, which is one of the lightest full suspension frames on the market. And the Podium is their hardtail, which is the lightest production hardtail frame in the world, which I will do a bike check on as well here soon. Oh, and then I run 170 millimeter cranks, which came stock because it's a medium, which is how it should be. Envy carbon injection molded cages, and I'm stoked that even though this is not a huge bike and it's a vertical mount shock, I can still get 2 bottle cages on here. And then for wheels, we have the new Envy M5 Pro wheels. These are on Industry 9 Hydra hubs, but I should be getting another set here soon with the Envy hubs that'll be about 100 grams lighter. And then I'm running 2.4 Aspens, and then this is a 180 front and a 160 rear rotor.
Oh, one other thing I love, this bike has its own system to prevent you from destroying your frame
with your bars.
And then, because I know exactly what type of people you are, we're gonna get you a weight on this bad boy. We're at right at about 25 pounds. So there you have it. I'm gonna go ride this thing for 3 hours, do some tempo intervals on trail. For a 120 bike with 2.4 tires, that 23 to 25 pound range is pretty standard these days. And I believe RockShox says flight attendant adds 0.7 kilos, but makes up for it and is 90 seconds faster over a 90-minute XC race, I believe. For riding out here in the desert on chunky slick rock and everything else, this 120 fork is perfect. But for other races in the Midwest and things where I want full suspension still, I'll put a 100 mil travel fork on here, which will take almost a pound off. Same thing, putting on that newer, lighter, shorter Axis reverb post should take also about a half pound off or more. And then those lighter hubs on the NV wheels, the lighter stem and cockpit here as I swap out some different bits. So if I do all those things, take my inserts out, yada yada yada, I will have probably about a sub 23 pound fully functional XC race bike. I realized I should probably talk about how the bike rides. This thing rips. Yeah, predictable, super stable, still nice and sharp and crisp in the tight corners. It's pretty slack in the front, particularly with the 120 fork. And then with that stiff 35 mil stanchion on that fork, it really doesn't get bogged down, doesn't get stuck in corners. You can just push through anything instead of getting gummed up or stalling. So yeah, fast, light, responsive, everything you could possibly want in a great race bike, no BS. And lastly, I've gotta say, just beyond stoked to be working with Mondraker this year. It's been 2 years without a real mountain bike sponsor. And yeah, I look back at where I started and where I am now, and I know I've said before, but sometimes I just have to reflect that younger me wouldn't even be able to comprehend where I'm at now and what I'm doing for a job. So to have these great companies in my corner and to be doing this bigger and better for another year truly means the world to me. So cheers. And lastly, update on that dog. Turns out he lives right over there, and I ran into him and his owner up on this trail on the way back down. So it turns out that dog was just out on a little self-guided adventure, and he did not need my water. He was a liar, and now I have no more water in my Nalgene. But the good news is he was not lost or stray, and he does not need saving. Thank goodness.